Hey guys, this is Paul from another video from Have Your Adventure. Today we're here in Budapest in Hungary. Right now, this is a video about a PowerBeats Pro versus AirPods Pro review. I know, this is a crazy setting, but I've been traveling here to Budapest, tested out those two headphones on a traveling basis, and now I want to tell you what my result is for this review. First off, I want to tell you what I use my headphones for. So the only time I use headphones is when I'm going out. Most of the time I use my headphones to listen to podcasts or audiobooks because I always want to get some new information. Sometimes though, I really want some music. Especially when I work out, it's important to me to have some, motivating beats. So that all being said, there's about 3 scenarios where I really need my headphones. 1, when I do sports, either going running or going to the gym. 2, I need them when I do work. For working, it's really important. I sit in front of my iPad, do some online marketing things, and that's when I really need some quiet time and have my headphones in. And 3, I need them to commute. So when I go from places, when I walk, sometimes I use public transport. That's like a really good place to have your headphones in. Or even if you're just traveling, when you are like, for example, coming here to Budapest, I was on the bus, had my headphones in, or when you're on the plane, flying to a different place. So this is always pretty useful to have your headphones at the side. So let's look at the PowerBeats Pro for a moment. These are Beats' headphones that are actually made just for sports, or primarily for sports. They were released summer 2019, and I've had them now for about 2-3 months. The good thing about the PowerBeats Pro is that they have those hooks that go over your ears, so they have a really snug fit. They usually never fall off. You can use them in really extreme situations like doing your sports. You can shake your head and there's no way they will ever get off. The other thing that's nice about the PowerBeats Pro is they have almost all-day battery life. Like seriously, not even with the charging case, but just you take them out of the charging case in the morning, wear them the whole day for 8-9 hours, and at night you put them back into the charging case and they still have some battery left. With the charging case, you get probably more than 24 hours. I have actually never tried it, but usually I charge the charging case about every 2 to 3 days. With the PowerBeats Pro, you have these silicone dips that give you kind of like a seal in your ears, so you don't really hear a lot of your outside. What they're not though, is they're not active noise canceling. Now going to the AirPods Pros, I got the AirPods Pros about 3 weeks ago now. Now the nice thing about the AirPods Pros is they are marketed with active noise canceling. So that means you put them in and there's this really nice feeling and suddenly you just don't hear your surroundings that much anymore. The AirPods Pros have about a 5-hour battery life and then you have to put them back into the case. Now it's not quite a whole day battery situation, but the case is a lot smaller than the one that the Beats come with. They also come with silicone tips, and so you put your AirPods Pro back into the case, have them in your pockets, and then just take them out again whenever you need them. Now, let's look at the different scenarios I would actually wear those headphones. We started with sports, and obviously the PowerBeats Pro are advertised towards people who do a lot of sports. What I really like the PowerBeats Pro for is going running. When I have them in, I don't really need active noise canceling because, it's kind of nice to sometimes hear the traffic around you. You might not have an accident if you hear that car coming when you try to cross the street. So that's really good about them. The other thing is, like, even if you sweat a lot, they still stay in your ears. There's really nothing that, makes them fall out because they're so fixed to your ears. Both of these headphones, the PowerBeats Pro and the AirPods Pro, are actually sweat proof and water resistant, so there shouldn't be any problem with that. With the AirPods Pro, the thing is, I can still use them going running and use them for the gym. Actually, I kind of like them in the gym because the good thing about that is, in the gym it can be kind of loud. Sometimes they play music that is really not that interesting. So me having them on, it just transfers me to a different kind of life scenario. I'm just listening to my audiobooks, thinking about different things, and I'm not really bothered by my surroundings very much. With the PowerBeats Pro, I can also kind of have the same vibe. Now, they feel kind of good, but the AirPods Pro, they do it a little bit better. When I go running with the AirPods Pro, I have a little bit of a disadvantage. I notice that when my head's shaking a lot, sometimes, especially when I'm already kind of sweaty, they start slipping out a little bit out of my ear canal, just because there's nothing that pushes them back in, right? So every so often, maybe every 15 minutes or so, I catch myself pushing them back into my ears, and I realize that it would be nice to actually have a better seal. Something that I notice sometimes is that, especially when I start sweating, kind of like the seal starts to be more noticeable. Like I run, and through the whole movement and the sweat in my ear, I kind of have this like little strange sound coming to me that is kind of noticeable when you start running a lot, right? I don't have that same problems with the PowerBeats Pros. When I have the PowerBeats out of the case like all day long, then sometimes they actually get disconnected from my phone. And the only way to get them back up connected is to put them back into the case. So unless I have the case with me in my bag all day long, like I can't even do that anymore. I can't connect them to my iPhone or my iPad, and therefore I'm kind of lost for the rest of the day. If you ever want to take off the PowerBeats Pro, you kind of have to put them back in the case. They have these sensors on the PowerBeats Pro. You can deactivate it, it stops the music when you take them off, but when you put them back into like your pocket, sometimes the music starts again just because it thinks it's back in your ears. Even if you turn that off, sometimes you have the problem that you press the button accidentally. To come to a final conclusion, to be honest, if I'm thinking about how I'm using these headphones myself, maybe the most used scenario for the everyday life scenario, Apple AirPods Pros are actually my favorite choice. Just not because I think they're inherently the better headphones, but because they're more convenient when it comes to putting them in and out of my ears, having them into my pockets. In general, using them for the things that I really want to use them for. It's great that I have the noise canceling functionality whenever I need it, and I can focus on my work. And at this point in my life, my work seems to be really important. Now, the PowerBeats Pros have the all-day battery life, and it seems with the AirPods Pros, I have to like work with it a little bit. So every break that I take from work, I put them back into the case and just have them charged for 5 minutes, and that's enough to get me another, going for another 2 hours. So in reality, I think for now, it seems like the AirPods Pros might be the better choice. What is the better choice for you? What are you thinking when you're trying to buy new headphones? Are the PowerBeats Pro or the AirPods Pros an option for you? Are these the headphones you want to buy? Let me know in the comments down below, and let's discuss this. And then I'll see you in the next videos. Bye from Budapest.